What's up guys, it's Motonion here. I'm back here with another video. This video is going to be an oil change for the Lucky MX 125 MXC. I've got to change the oil on the other bike as well, but I'm going to do a specific video for this bike. It goes for all pit bikes as well, so it's going to be a pit bike oil change video. Let's get into it. First we're going to need some parts so we can get this done. We're going to need some sort of collector. I've got this special, you can buy them from certain shops. You just fill this up with oil and it flows in. It's made for collecting oil. We're going to need some oil. For pit bikes it's usually 10W40. You can use 10W30, but this is recommended for this bike, so that's what I'm going to be using. And it's Motonion as well. And we're going to need a 17mm socket. I'll put an extender bar on, just so that I can get a little bit further in there without having to give out a bit too much. And you are going to need your manual so that you know how much oil to put in. It says for this bike I've got to put in 6 US quarts, which is the same as about 570 millilitres. So that is what I'm going to be putting back into the bike once I've drained all the oil out. So first I highly recommend you put some newspaper or something down. If you're doing it in a house, we're going to need to have this sitting underneath the bike roughly in the right sort of area. I'm just taking the plugs out so that the oil can flow in. Yeah, we're going to put that roughly around there. We can always move it around because it doesn't matter too much where it is, but that's where we're going to put it for now. We're going to keep this all so we can fit up at the end, but this is Motonion Super DX4 10W40. You can use stuff like Castrol Power. That's what I use on my other bike, but I'm using the slightly more expensive stuff in this bike just because it's newer and put some nice oil in it. You're going to want to warm it up for about 5 minutes so that the engine's nice and hot and the exhaust is warm to the touch. Well, it was hot, it's warm now because it's cooled down a little bit, but you're going to want to let it cool for like 3 minutes afterwards as well. You don't want to be using like, it's got to settle. The purpose of warming it up, it actually makes it all thicker when you warm a bike up, but it allows all the little bits of metal and all that was come off the engine to like suspend itself within the oil so it doesn't sink to the bottom and you don't get it out of the actual engine itself. So let's get into draining. So this is our sump bolt here. Just here is a 17mm fixment. It has a spring washer, I think it is, underneath. Just to hold it in place, or a crush washer. I think it's a crush washer. But we're going to want to undo this. I wouldn't well, you can undo your oil cap, which is just up here, but I wouldn't because it makes it flow a lot quicker. So then it might come flying out or something. But you're going to want to wear gloves. I ain't got gloves, so I'm not going to wear gloves. But you can wear gloves if you want. You just want to undo the main torque. Someone's torqued this down way too much. That was really over torqued. You don't want to torque the bolt down that much because it can cause damage to the thread. You just want to tighten it down enough with the ratchet. It does say set specific torque, but I'm not going to be doing that. You just want to undo it by hand now. Any oil that gets on here you can always wipe it up afterwards, but this is what it's going to look like. You're going to want to get this to the end. You should re-replace this washer as I said, but I'm not going to be. I will do for the next oil change though. Ready? You're going to want to get your hand out of the way pretty quick. Oh, there we go. This is the colour of the oil we've got coming out of this engine. We're just going to want to leave it doing that for a while now, and I'll come back to it. So now that the majority of the oil has come out, we can move the bike around a little bit. See if we can get any more of that oil out. See that more's just come out. There should be a little bit more in there, but quite a lot of float has it's already come out of the engine. I could see little bits of metal in there as well, so I'm glad I changed it now. There's only a little bit left. I'll wait until this stops dripping and then it should be good to go. We're going to want to take our bolt and we're going to want to put a little bit of oil around the crush washer we've got on it. It's nice and tight, it's tightish now. 17mm again, just like enough so that you can feel that it's tight but nothing special. But you just hold the ratchet just down here, so it's about there. So there will be a little bit of oil left in your engine. You're going to have to refer to your manual for this one. Mine says 60 US 0.6 wait 0.06 I think this is US quarts, which is 570 millilitres is what I worked out. I'm just going to double check that quickly. Sorry guys, that's an error in the actual manual. It says 0.06 US quarts, which is 57 millilitres, and that is a very small amount for this engine. So I'm going to be putting in 570 millilitres instead, because I think they've put the point in the wrong place. Anyway, that's what I'm going to be putting in. I'm going to be putting in the Motonion Super DX4 as I stated. Let's just undo this quick. Good thing about these motorcycle oil things are that they come basically ready to use. I don't know how the Motonion ones work, but we can have a look. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Comes with a little spout, so you don't even need a funnel. That's a good thing about the motocross oils and the sport bike oils. You don't need a funnel because they basically come with and integrated into them. So guys, I'm going to go down to the 500 mark first, and then from there onwards I'm going to top it up as it needs it. So let's do this. I just spilt a load everywhere as well. I'm just going to place that in there. Just top it up a little bit more, tiny bit more. So guys, we put about 550 millilitres of oil in there. Now we're going to start it up, have a little check, see where the oil's sitting in the engine, and then refill it up as it needs it. But I can show you the little bits of metal inside of the old oil quickly. I don't know whether you can see that, but there's like little silver particles in there. Quite a few of them. That is the sort of amount you'd expect for a freshly broken in engine. It's not too much, but there's quite a bit there sitting there. I can get a rough idea from how much is worn from that. It looks like it's pretty well broken in, so we'll leave it at that. So guys, I've checked the oil and it seems to be sitting alright. I've added a little bit more, but it should be good now. That's the first oil change done for this bike. Yeah, so that's the first oil change for this bike done. We're going to be changing a few other parts on it soon, like levers, this little thing here, this little kickstart, I don't like it. And yeah, so if you go follow my social media accounts if you want to, like I've got Facebook and Instagram, all that, they will be in the link description down below, linked in there. And hope you enjoyed this video guys, hope you found it helpful. If you missed anything out, leave it down in the comments, and thanks for watching.